Welcome to the MOOC on harm reduction and drug use. I'm Judy Chang from the International Network of People Who Use Drugs.
Hi, my name is Ernst and I'm working with Mits aan de Monde. So you'll see the both of us throughout this course at the beginning of each of the 5 sessions. So this MOOC is about harm reduction with people who use drugs. People are and have always been using drugs over centuries in almost all contexts that we know of. And yet somehow in many places these members of society are not allowed to be part of that same society. They're basically been treated as secondary members. So harm reduction is more than a set of services. And to me it's foremost about social justice. It's about fighting this idea that some people are worth more than others in society. In this MOOC we wanted to share and hopefully transfer some of our passion for harm reduction and everything it stands for.
So who should be taking this course? This course is for all people that have a stake or interest in harm reduction as an idea, philosophy, or practice. Maybe you're at the beginning of your harm reduction journey, or maybe you'd like to extend your broader knowledge on different perspectives of harm reduction. Or maybe you're just simply curious to know what harm reduction is all about.
Yeah, or maybe you have already an advanced perspective of harm reduction and drug use, but some of the content might be very useful for you to share with participants of your program, your colleagues, or hopefully maybe even decision makers. The course is the result of a collaboration with a range of organizations, as you will see in the end of all the videos. So we've collectively put together a framework that we believe will cover a fairly complete and broad perspective of what we call harm reduction.
You will hear from over 25 peer experts, field workers, academics, implementers, donors, and UN representatives from all over the world. Some of the videos will be more theoretical, whilst others feature field experiences and personal stories. We will not cover any specific harm reduction service in detail, as these are already well documented. But what this course does is collect a diversity of perspectives and viewpoints on the topic, showing how complex and multifaceted harm reduction is. It brings a group of people together working across very different disciplines, those that study, those that practice, and those that have the greatest stake, that is, the end users themselves, to discuss and articulate what harm reduction means to them and what role it has played in their lives.
We've also included some key tools, guides, videos for reference, so if you would like to acquire more knowledge. And the MOOC will roll out over 5 sequences, and firstly it will cover what is harm reduction. So you'll hear different perspectives on how to describe or define harm reduction and what we believe are some of the key principles of a harm reduction approach.
Secondly, the MOOC will examine the public health dimensions of drug use. It looks at how harm reduction approaches mitigate the potential harms of drug use and how environmental and external factors can either amplify or reduce these risks and harms.
Yeah, and we say often that harm reduction is based on public health, so the sequence before, and human rights. So the third section will then look into how harm reduction is an essential human right and covers related elements such as imprisonment and also a gender perspective of harm reduction.
As people who use drugs, our slogan is nothing about us without us. This principle needs to be within any harm reduction approach or program. The fourth section will cover this by talking about the importance of meaningful community involvement in harm reduction. It underlines the essential role of the community in harm reduction and gives you examples of how the role of people who use drugs within harm reduction programs goes beyond passive patients to that of active agents.
And then lastly, several people talk about advocacy in the program on a national, international level to address the challenges and the resistance against harm reduction and achieve scale up.
So all of the sequences will have additional reading and quizzes to check in on your progress.
Indeed. We hope you enjoy it and see you along the course.